Fort Worth, Texas, in November 24, Banogu. Photo by Ronald Martinez, Getty Images. After tallying just 37 sacks in 2018, tied for 22nd overall, the San Francisco 49ers are certainly going to look for a lot of pass rushing help this offseason. While free agency will provide some options, a very deep class of pass rushers in the 2019 NFL Draft might end up being the route taken by General Manager John Lynch and co. A number of those will be on display at the 2019 NFL Scouting Combine, which officially kicks off on Tuesday, February 26 from Indianapolis. Granted, it's somewhat hard to gauge just how effective an outside pass rusher will be based off these prospect spandex Olympics, yet the ability to judge the intangibles, such as sheer speed and strength, does have its merits. So do all those player interviews and media sessions. Those are important, too. The Niners own the no. 2 overall pick in the NFL Draft, followed up by pick no. 36 overall, which falls in round 2. This gives Lynch plenty of options, perhaps trading down from his first selection or even tabling pass rushing needs until the second round. Whatever transpires, Lynch and his scouts will be closely monitoring this year's crop of pass rushers. Here are 5 who should garner the most attention. Let's assume, hypothetically, the 49ers table their pass rush needs until round 2. Since this year's crop of pass rushers is pretty deep, there's a good chance some high-quality prospects wind up falling into the second round anyway. Perhaps even into round 3 or later. One name to watch here is TCU edge Banogu. Bleacher Report's Matt Miller suggested the Niners could be interested in targeting Banogu with their second pick in the draft. The 6'4", 249-pound Banogu managed 8.5 sacks in each of the last 2 seasons for the Horned Frogs. An NFL draft scout currently projects him to go between rounds 5 and 6. A strong NFL scouting combine could cause his stock level to rise, however, so look for him to showcase his ability to transfer functional strengths to practical ability. Banogu doesn't have the best bend out of most high-profile outside pass rushers, so his efforts in both the shuttle and cone drills. Next, no. 4. Brian Burns, Florida State. Page 2 MIAMIFL, October 6, Brian Burns. Photo by Mark Brown, Getty Images. Midway through the 2018 NCAA season, Florida State edge Brian Burns might have been a player to watch as a possible round 2 selection, possibly someone the 49ers may target at no. 36 overall. But Burns' stock level seems to have risen the past few weeks, now flirting with a selection taking place somewhere in the teens on day 1 of the draft. It's not hard to understand why. The 6'5" and 235-pound edge rusher might appear a little lean on the surface, which is why some scouts may be turned off by a possible first-round selection. That said, Burns' speed, arguably more important in today's pass-happy league, is exceptional. And one of the things that stand out about his tape is the observance his relative lack of bulk doesn't show up on game day. He certainly appears to play more powerful than his size would suggest. Burns also has a pro-level array of pass rushing moves, too. Granted, Burns might be a bit of a reach for the Niners at no. 2 overall, yet if Burns aces his NFL scouting combine performance, San Francisco might feel perfectly comfortable targeting him after a would-be round 1 trade down. Next, no. 3. Jachai Polite, Florida. Page 3 Use your arrows to browse Knoxville, TN, September 22, Jachai Polite. Photo by Donald Page, Getty Images. One of the more explosive pass rushers the 49ers may want to consider is Florida's Jachai Polite, who burst onto the scene with 11.0 sacks his junior season in 2018. Polite, 6'2" and 242 pounds, is a little shorter than what most scouts would like to see at the position. Yet there's no doubting the tenacity he can display when he gets into the pocket. One of the issues he'll have to deal with, though, will be his practical strength when dealing with better blockers. At times, he can struggle with disengaging from tackles and guards. That will be a difficult aspect to overcome at the padless NFL scouting combine, yet some of the functional strength should be on display. Another area of concern the Niners should note is Polite's relatively inabilities against the run. This wouldn't be a problem if they're planning on using him as a pass-rushing specialist only his first year or so in the league. But it's something that may prompt getting better value, a trade down from the number 2 overall draft pick. Either way, Polite's performance at the combine should be something of note. Next, number 2, Montez Sweat, Mississippi State. Use your arrows to browse.